June 3, 2017. The legend of the free soloing world launched a challenge against El Capitan, the mecca for countless climbers. This 916-meter granite wall is nearly vertical and incredibly smooth. Alex will use no safety gear attempting to free solo his way to the summit. His only aid is a chalk bag to keep his hands dry, along with the tiniest nubbins or indentations on the rock face, or perhaps a narrow crack. This challenge represents a limit never before reached by humanity. There is zero margin for error, as failure means certain death. Our protagonist today is Alex, the same man who free climbed Taipei 101 just days prior. Compared to El Capitan, Taipei 101 was merely a warm-up exercise for Alex. In fact, back in 1958, Warren Harding's team completed the first ascent of El Capitan. Using heavy gear, they hammered pitons into the granite to support their ascent, taking a full 46 days to finally reach the summit. Since then, this massive monolith in Yosemite National Park, El Capitan, has become the ultimate holy grail for rock climbers. El Capitan stands 916 meters tall with a peak elevation of 307 meters, and its face is nearly vertical. Formed approximately 100 million years ago, it is the largest granite monolith in the world. Alex spent a year and a half preparing for this monumental challenge. He climbed El Capitan 60 times with safety ropes, meticulously memorizing every single detail of the route. Finally, on June 3, 2017, Alex decided to officially launch his attempt. Just after 5 AM, Alex began his ascent. With the film crew positioned at various points across the wall, long-range cameras captured this historic moment while being careful to stay out of his line of sight. He started at a brisk pace, quickly reaching the 6th pitch, the 480-foot-tall free blast. This is the first crux. It's incredibly slick here. He attempted a free solo once before, but it was right here that he bailed on the attempt. As you can see, the wall is incredibly smooth with almost no holds. Audio. This is Jimmy after clearing the first crux. He needs to traverse horizontally for a while before climbing upward again. Alex is in great form today, climbing faster than expected. 6:20, he had reached nearly the halfway point of El Capitan at the pitch 9 down climb. As the name implies in the route he previously planned, he has to climb down for a certain distance from this point. At 6:21, he climbs toward Heart Ledge, where two climbers in unicorn costumes are actually camping on the rock face. They watch in stunned amazement as Alex passes them by. He reaches the hollow flake at 6:49. It's about 10 feet up, and from here it cracks all the way to the summit, stretching over 600 meters. It is perhaps the most spectacular crack on Earth. Here he must rely solely on body friction, inching upward bit by bit. Past the cracks lies the boulder problem at 250 feet, one of the most difficult challenges on all of El Capitan. Alex demonstrates incredible strength and technique here. He executes a traverse involving a karate kick maneuver, perfectly catching the hold on the opposite side. As he clears this section, the distant cameramen are left speechless with excitement, knowing that the most dangerous part is now over. Next is pitch 26. The Enduro Corner, as the name suggests. This section is an extreme test of endurance after climbing over 700 meters. With his physical strength nearing its limit, Alex must climb upward by gripping nothing but tiny razor-thin cracks. After reaching this height, a critical section begins. This is the traverse at 2,500 feet. It involves wide-ranging horizontal movements with an extremely high risk factor. All drops away. Alex is already breathing heavily at this point. Take a moment to feel the sheer intensity of this section. After clearing it, a huge smile breaks out on Alex's face, as he has just passed the final major obstacle. From here on, though his physical strength is nearing its limit, he seems almost exhilarated and begins to pick up his pace. Alex once said that everyone is going to die sooner or later, and free soloing just makes that reality feel more immediate and real. Finally, after 3 hours and 56 minutes, Alex successfully reached the summit, becoming the first person in history to free solo El Capitan. Let's look at the staggering scale of this challenge once more from an aerial perspective. In contrast to Alex's calm, the film crew is visibly overwhelmed with emotion. To explore his extraordinary psychological resilience, Alex once underwent an MRI scan. The results showed that his amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear, requires much higher levels of stimulation than average to be activated. This provides a scientific explanation for his composure in the face of extreme danger. However, Alex believes it's not that he is fearless, but that through relentless practice and simulation, he is constantly expanding his comfort zone until things that were once terrifying no longer feel daunting. The greatness of this climb lies in the fact that we aren't watching a thrill-seeking gambler rolling dice on a cliffside. Instead, we see an artist who, after perfecting countless drafts, finally begins creating the crowning masterpiece of his life. For Alex, this might be a culmination, but it is also a new beginning. As he said, at this very moment, somewhere in the world there is a child who, upon learning that someone free-soloed El Capitan, will start to wonder if there is any challenge cooler or more monumental than this. The climb never ends.